because in every episode, yes, there's always something to bahas. So, before we jump into today's discussion, we have a big announcement. Yeah, we finally are revealing our faces. Um, After all this time of you only hearing our voices like mysterious radio hosts, now you can actually see what we look like. And so, no more imagining we are super cool or dramatic looking, and this is the real us, guys. But honestly, it feels exciting to finally show who's been talking to you all season, and I'm super excited because today we are finally entering the last episode of this season. A bit emotional, but in a fun way, like um, maybe like finishing a school semester, but with snack. And today we are moving from stories and homes into something even more colorful, which is we are going to talk about an animated film. And honestly, animation always hit different because it mixes visual, it mixes sometimes like emotion and storytelling in a spatial way.
Yeah, and I love the we get to switch from children's short story in the last video to animation today. And it's a nice jump, but it still connect because animation often teach deep message in a simple way. And I think animated movie let us see things we never noticed in real life, but in a way that feels soft and also comforting. And honestly, discussing animation is fun because everyone has their own favorite scene or character in the movie. So today is going to be a really exciting one.
For real, animation is like a safe space for every age. Kids watch it for the visuals, and adults watch it because somehow the emotional message just punches you right in the heart. And I think that's what makes animated films special. They look simple, but the themes are huge, and that's why when we were choosing a film or of for this video, we didn't even have to debate for long, and we know exactly which movie deserved the spotlight.
Yep, of course, guys. This film is not just cute or funny, but actually meaningful in a way that many people can relate to. It talks about emotions, growing up, and all those messy things inside our mind. And the best part is it explains everything in a way that even kids understand, but adults still find. So, of course, so when we say we want an animation with that, this movie is family come to the top of.
And honestly, the timing for this episode feels perfect because we just talked about children's story, the last one. Now we are continuing the time, but with a bit more complexity because animation lets us see emotion in visual form. I think that why so many people love this movie. It's fun, but also makes you think about yourself. And discussing it together will make it experience even more interesting because we all have different key points.
Alright, so let's officially reveal the movie. Today we're diving into Inside Out 2, a film that explores emotion in the most creative way possible. It's colorful, saucy in the relatable way, and honestly a perfect example of how animation can explain the things we something struggle to say. I think this movie is one of the best tools to talk about emotional growth, especially for teens and adults. So, teman bahasa, let's jump into the world inside Riley mind and see what we can discover today.
It was amazing. Just Riley and me forever. For 33 seconds.
I'm Sadness.
Oh, hello. I'm Joy. So, can I just, if you could, I just want to fix that. Thanks. And that was just the beginning. Headquarters only got more crowded from there.
Very nice. Okay, looks like you got this. Very good. Oh, that's her turn. Ah, look out!
That's Fear. He's really good at keeping Riley safe.
Easy, easy, huh? Hi, back! Oh, we're good. We're good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we're back.
Here we go. All right, open.
This looks new.
Think it's safe?
What is it? Okay, caution. There is a dangerous smell, people. Hold on, what is that? This is disgust. She basically keeps Riley from being poisoned, physically and socially.
That is not brightly colored or shaped like a dinosaur. Hold on, guys. It's broccoli! Yeah! Well, I just saved our lives. Yeah, you're welcome.
Riley, if you don't eat your dinner, you're not going to get any dessert.
Wait, did he just say we couldn't have dessert?
That's anger. He cares very deeply about things being fair.
So that's how you want to play it?
Okay, so before we jump into Inside Out 2, and I think we should talk a bit about the first movie, which is the Inside Out 1. So just in case someone listening hasn't watched it in a while, or maybe never watched it at all. So Inside Out 1 basically follows the emotion inside what's the character? The realized Riley's mind. So joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. And now they control her reaction as she moves to a new city. And honestly, I love how the movie balances humor with everything really emotional. Like if you think about it, the whole plot is actually about learning that sadness is not a problem and it's necessary. And I feel like the storytelling is super simple but also deep at the same time.
Yeah, I agree. And what I love about the first film is how it makes something complicated look easy, like emotion, memory, the subconscious, and all of that. Usually, we learn it in psychology class, but it feels heavy. But in Inside Out, put it in the bright bowl of color, shape, and funny metaphor, so even kids get it. And I also appreciate how the narrative show that Joy's way is not always the right way. Her character development is honestly one of the best because she learned to share the space with sadness instead of trying to erase her.
Yes, I agree, and I also think the first movie sets a strong foundation for the second one. Like it shows really when she's still a child, where emotions are pretty simple. She just wants to be happy, be with her friends, and play hockey. And but in Inside Out 2, when really becomes a teenager, everything becomes more complicated. New emotions show up, and like anxiety and envy, and they shake things up in a way that feels very real. And teenagers don't just feel happy or sad. Suddenly they have fears about the future, self-image issue, pressure, and comparison. And the movies really mirror real life.
Yep, totally. And if you think about it, Inside Out 2 is actually more chaotic but in a relatable way. because that's exactly what poverty feels like. Everything crashes at the same time. I really love how the movie shows the sense of self as its own structure because it makes us think about how our identity is built from small things. Our identity is built from small beliefs, and when anxiety takes over, that whole structure changes. I think the film does an amazing job showing how one emotion can dominate all the others. And speaking of anxiety taking over, I love that the movie doesn't make anxiety a villain. She has a good intention, she just goes overboard. It's the same with the real people. Anxiety is not there to ruin your life. It's trying to protect you, but when it gets strong, it becomes unhealthy. That's such a beautiful message, and why they visualized it with the tall spiral stacking higher and higher. So it was accurate.
And one thing that makes Inside Out 2 really special is how it expands the world, the bring us deeper into different parts of the mind, like the falls of memories, belief system, and even that half crimes joke. It feels like a squirrel that actually grows from the first film inside of everything it. And honestly I appreciate how the storyline show that growing up does mean greeting rate overload emotion but adding new ones.
Mm. By the way, I wanna ask you guys, which part of the first movie still lives rent free in your brain? Because for me, it's definitely like the core memory scene that the idea that one moment can shape who you are that hit hard even as adult. And I feel like Inside Out can teaches adults more than kids sometimes.
So for me, it's Bring Bong Goodbye because it is impossible to forget. Like go, save Riley, take her to the movie. And it is also such a powerful representation of childhood fading as you grow. I feel like Inside Out 2 continues that same too, but instead of losing imagery friends, Riley deals with losing of version of herself.
Yeah, I also love how Inside Out 2 deals with the idea of I need to be good enough. That's something so many teens and adults feel, and the movie shows that this pressure comes from inside, not from the other people. And the story feels fun, but when you think deeper, it hits so many layers.
Yeah, it's really relatable. And the whole identity that them is sound visually, which is one of the strongest elements of Pixar. They don't just tell you Riley is confused, they saw the belief system collapsing. I think that was make the Inside Out movie special storytelling top the mind. Okay, before we move to the next section, I just want to appreciate how clean and smooth the plot is in both movies, even though they deal with big idea, emotion, identity, subconscious, the packing never feels heavy. It's educational without feeling like a lecture, which is super smart.
And that's why Inside Out works for children and adults. Kids see colorful and funny character. Adults see mental health, emotional growth, and cognitive development is a story that grows with you, and that's honestly what makes it timeless.
Okay, so now let's talk about something super interesting from a linguist perspective because we are uh, from Bahasa. So, which the explanation will be how each emotion talks. Because I love how Pixar made every emotion speak in a specific tone that matches their personality. And for example, like Joy speak really fast with a bright voice and uses positive words like "we can do this" or "this is great." And her energy is always jumping, and her speech rhythm actually increases excitement for me.
Yes, and sadness is the opposite. Her voice is lower, softer, and she uses gentle vocabulary like maybe or I think this is hard. She takes pauses a lot, and her tone always sounds careful, like she doesn't want to hurt anyone. Realistically, she shows us how emotion shapes space, rhythm, and even the world.
Yeah, and then there is Anger, who speaks in short sentences, direct, sharp, and sometimes loud. His vocabulary is super blunt, like "that's not fair" or "this is ridiculous." He doesn't explain things; he just reacts. And the sentence structure is simple because Anger doesn't process how thoughts.
Sure, it's interesting too. He speaks quickly, but not like joy. Its pen comes from panic, not excitement. And he used a lot of what if, oh no, wait, things like that. His vocabulary is full of possibilities, usually negative ones, because fear imagines bad outcomes. This guest has her own vibe too. Her tone is sarcastic and dramatic, with a vocabulary like, ew, seriously? And I can't. She uses exaggeration as a linguistic tool to show her emotion clearly. It's funny because her speech patterns are similar to teen slang, short but expensive.
Inside Out 2 brings a new emotional with new speech style and signs speak really fast, but also in long sentence full of planning and predicting. She asks visual-oriented vocabulary like we need to prepare, what if, and I think this will happen. Her speech is crowded, like her brain is running too many tabs at once.
Oh, Envy, on the other hand, uses small and almost whispery sentences, but with a sharp bite. And she often comments on what other people have, like "I wish I could do that" or "Why can't I be like her?" And for me, her vocabulary is comparison heavy, which fits her role in this film.
Yes, the next emotion is embracement. Embracement barely talks, but when he does, his sentences are short and awkward. He uses filler words like, sorry, I didn't mean, and the tone is always low and shy like sadness, always low. Um, his body language speaks more than his words.
Yeah, Ennui is hilarious. Her tone is flat, extremely slow, and full of boredom. She uses words like "whatever" or "does it matter?" So predictable, and linguistically, she represents this engagement and minimal energy and minimal interest.
Okay, and nostalgia voice is super sweet and dreamy. She uses long nostalgia phrases like remember when or back in the good days. Her vocabulary is sentimental, full of warm memory, oriented towards her thought is comforting but also a little sad. I think what makes it stand out interesting is how voice, tone, and word choice literally build personality. It shows that linguistics isn't just about grammar, it's about identity. How we speak reflects what we feel.
Exactly, and the movie showed that emotional language is complex. Our tone changes with every emotion, and Inside Out makes that visible and audible. It's basically a masterclass in how emotions shape communication.
Come on, we just need to cut through Imagination Land. Oh, you guys are gonna love it. There's French fries.
Okay, and one of the coolest parts of Inside Out is, for me, is how they use metaphorical language to build Riley's inner world, like it calls like imagination land, and it's literally a playground of ideas because it shows how creativity works through metaphor instead of scientific terms.
Oh, Fort Pillaton's still here, and it even got bigger. And orange?
And my favorite is Dream Production, especially that on Fort Piloton. It is a kilo fort but also a dream studio. It is playful but makes sense because Dream mix between imagination with memory, and the language choices here is blend between humor and psychology.
Mount Rushmore?
Those are her top 4?
The only one that matters is Lance. Well, at least they got his good side.
And Mount Rushmore is so funny. It's supposed to be like Mount Rushmore, but instead it's carved with the faces of Riley's crushes. It's a great linguistic metaphor for how teenagers put their crushes on a beat style, and the wordplay is simple but clever.
Abandoned broccoli! Joy!
Give us your hand. Come on.
What is that? That's a sarcasm. It can open for miles. Run for your lives.
Sarcasm? Really?
Get Up and Glow is my favorite band.
But she loves.
Okay, I also love sarcasm. It's literally a giant cap made of sarcasm. That pun is so smart. It shows how sarcasm creates distance in communication. Riley's mind uses language to tap geography, and I think that's genius.
Follow the stream of consciousness. And then we take a nice, easy float all the way to the back of the mind.
Where all the bad memories are.
Exactly. And there we'll find the Riley we know and love. We'll put her sense of self back, and then Riley will be Riley again.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. That could actually work.
Yeah, it could.
Another cool one is the stream of consciousness presented as an actual fluid stream. That's such a direct metaphor. It's not only funny but also accurate from a linguistic perspective. Our thoughts do feel like water sometimes.
Where are you putting us? The same place we keep all of Riley's secrets.
Ow!
Oh no! It's a brainstorm!
The memory vault is other iconic concept. It organized memory like files, which show how the brain store information, and brainstorm is literally shown as a storm of ideas. They turn idioms into visual experience, which help the audience understand abstract idea. idea.
And of course, the island, which named like Family Island, Friendship Island, and one more is Honesty Island, and they're metaphor for the core values that shape identity. And I like how they collapse and rebuild depending on Riley's experiences. And it's visual storytelling through linguistic concept.
Yeah, that's true. It shows how language can translate complicated mental process into something we can visualize. So that's why the world building feels so alive.
So, overall, Inside Out 1 and 2 are not just animated movies. They are emotional and linguistic lessons discussed as colorful adventures. They show how our minds work, how our emotions talk, and how language and metaphor help us understanding ourselves. Yeah, and I love how the films use simple visual and simple vocabulary to explain ideas that are actually really deep. It's a reminder that communication doesn't need to be complicated to be meaningful. So, at the end, Inside Out teaches us that every emotion has a voice, has a purpose, and also a story. The mind is not a battlefield, but it is a conversation. And the more we understand that, the better we understand ourselves.
So, all right, teman Bahas, that's a wrap for today's episode. And I feel like Inside Out 1 and 2 always leaves us with so many things to think about, but in the best way possible. So, thanks for staying with us sampai akhir ya, teman-teman.
Thank you, guys.
This is the last episode and no more episode after this. So, and seriously, it means so much that you hang out with us in every episode, and I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys. I really loved how today's talk felt fun but also meaningful. And additional, Inside Out is one of those movies that remind us to be kind to ourselves. And hopefully we all need that. And I hope today's discussion gives you something to reflect on too.
And of course, if you haven't watched Inside Out 2 yet, please do. No spoilers, but trust me, your emotion will feel seen. And if you already watched it, maybe rewatch it after this episode. You might catch something new after hearing all this breakdown.
Yep. So we also want to say thank you for you guys for your supporting bahas bahasa. This podcast started as a simple idea, but because of you guys, it feels like a real space to explore language, stories, and feelings in a fun way. We appreciate every view, every comment, and every listen. In our last episode for this season, we just want to say how grateful we are. Making this podcast has been such a cool journey, and having you have it with us made it even better. We start with zero experience, just vibes and idea, and now we are finished for four full episodes together. Thank you for growing with us, loving with us, and learning with us.
Alright, teman Bahas, let's end it here before action. It our hand starts saying we take too long. Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoy this journey with us, and thank you for always being curious. Stay safe, stay kid to your emotion, and will I see you in whatever comes next.
Bye guys. Bye teman bahas.
Bye, teman Bahas. See you soon.
See you.
Comment and subscribe this account because this account will be jadi my account. Bank account.
Bye.